Well, as directors, we directed.
And the long and the short of it.
Just a fun little idea popped in my head one day. I can tell you the real story when the camera gets shut off.
He went to Tijuana.
I went to Tijuana.
Kids, don't go to Tijuana.
No, I was just at this point in my life, I kind of, you know, I'm ready to move out, go somewhere else, and pursue hopes and dreams and things. And I feel there's a lot of things tying us down. So I could relate to Ringo's struggles. My parents didn't plant drugs on me. I want to put that in the clear. That was out of left field. But it's just something I was feeling, so I felt like putting it down on the page. Never in a million years did I think it would then get put on the screen, but it did. So here we are.
Well, the whole process started fall of, what year is this? 13. Because we were supposed to do a web series in the spring, but that was unknown to me. So we were kind of told in fall that we were expected to do a web series in the spring. So that sort of put us into, oh my gosh, we have to have a web series. So we either have to write one or we have to find one.
I'd say pre-production was pretty insane. We had 6 weeks to essentially get everything ready. And I like to do a DP booklet where I have my lighting diagrams, camera shots, storyboards, and all shot lists as well. So I feel like being able to do that in 6 weeks and then cranking out 4 episodes in a week was something to be pretty proud of in itself.
This is where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
The most challenging part of working on the series was probably working with all of the props and set design items, because we just had so many boxes of that stuff. And, you know, there were 2 props guys, 2 set design people, and me, and we all split up the boxes, so we were coming to set every day with, like, tons of boxes in our cars, you know, filled up, and they were all organized, but we just kept it all in our cars so it would be easier. We would never forget anything. But it was definitely difficult dealing with all those props and set stuff. The process for how we went about collecting everything we needed for production, basically all of us sat down, including the costume, graphics, and wardrobe people. We all sat down and looked through the entire script together. We pulled out every single part that we would have to start looking for, and that was especially for props and set design. So basically, yeah, we just all did that as a group. We came up with our own lists so we could pull them all together and see what we all found through looking through the script, and then we started coming up with checklists for what we needed for production.
You know, it was a small group. We had me and the 2 other camera folks, and then Josh being our director, and then we had second unit. So it was a lot of just kind of talking about what angles we could get, how to work these cameras, what was possible, what wasn't, making sure that we weren't in each other's shots. You know, it's a lot of touch and go. Fortunately, we had our technical directors. They were monitoring our cameras the whole time, so we could make sure the color was correct, and we could make sure that all the shots lined up and they looked right and nothing was out of place or nothing. So they kept us, you know, they helped us keep ourselves organized and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. It was tricky with the audio guys. We had to be very conscious of all 3 of our cameras and where they were pointed, and then the audio guys had to find what all of our frames were so that the audio guys could work in. It was kind of, they were really dependent on what we were doing to know what they were doing.
I don't allow Kong to speak.
Yes. My Chinese accent is too thick.
Limitations. Kong?
Post-production, probably the most limitation.
I'd say our biggest limitation in post-production is the fact that we are, I would say, shorthanded. The post-production video team, I believe, is 8 people. I think there's 4 video editors and 4 assistant video editors. And then there's the extra people that help them out. And post-production audio has been me and Kong. And we're working at it. It's a slower process when you don't have as many people.
We had a shorthand of boomers. So.
Yeah. Luckily, we had 2 really solid boomers, Becca Thompson, Quinn Caton. But aside from them, everybody else just kind of came and went.
But it is kind of funny because every room in the house was used. So, you know, we shot in the living room, we shot in the bedroom, we shot in the kitchen, and we shot in the garage. It was fun. It was tiring. And then my house really, truly did not get cleaned up for another 6-8 weeks after that. Well, when school was out. I actually was able to spring clean, so that was good.
Every good series is a trilogy. We've got the second series, A Little Mistake, where it takes a much darker turn.
Yeah, Lisa has twins and one leaves the toys out, so Dan slips and dies.
And that's how it begins. Deb has a drinking problem. Ringo's famous now, but his fame has made him disillusioned with his family.
He's engaged to Beth, who has a cocaine and meth problem. And in episode 3, Ringo cuts off her funds, so she turns to pouring herself out for drug money.
Lenny and George had a murder-suicide.
George is rabid.
George is rabid, and so Lenny couldn't live with them. Why are you laughing? That's sad, Allie. Be sensitive. These are characters.
Stories of love and loss.
And then,
Lisa's the same though.
Lisa's fine.
Lisa's
She gives a shit.
successful.
She's just raising twins.
And then when we decided to go for broke and we're out of ideas, we're gonna have season 3, a little epilogue in which we just play epilogue but dub over with character names from A Little Help. So Dr. Sim A is now Dr. Lenny. Lisa's still the sister. We're still fine with that.
Yeah.
Instead of diseases spreading, it's like the comedy is spreading.
Ringo is Rucker. Yeah. He suddenly turns old.
Every time they smoke
old
a
Ringo.
joint,
Old
they
Ringo.
travel back in time.
Every time they smoke, they're gonna have smoke coming out of their,
Just
their
get like,
serum.
it's like those like
It can
four
turn
like
into
stickers you
How I
can put
Met Your
over like
Mother.
videos.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just a joint.
Every
and
time they're about to
it
inject-
poorly moves
yeah.
with their hands.
Every time they're about to inject, it's like a joint coming down inside.
I hate to tell you that we need to get back to work.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Do you want a rehearsal then?
I do, but I'm waiting for camera to set up.
Yeah, lighting doesn't know what they're